South Africa's ruling party is scheduled to hold an extended National Working Committee meeting Monday. ANC is trying to manage the fallout of a constitutional court judgment which has sparked a fresh bid for President Zuma's impeachment. On Thursday, a court ruled that Zuma failed to uphold the constitution when he failed to comply with the public protector directive that he repay some of the money spent to renovate his private residence at Nkandla. Many are now calling on Zuma to step down, with Parliament set to debate the impeachment motion on Tuesday. The president, however, made no specific mention of the Nkandla matter or the pending impeachment motion on Sunday as he made his first public appearance since the court ruling.
Whether you're a Zuma or not, at this moment I have been given a task to be your shepherd. I am not going to be in power for long because my age doesn't permit. Don't be misled by my good looks. I want peace in the country. There's no president that does not want peace in his country. There shall be peace in the country.
Let's now get you the latest from South Africa, and we're joined live by Angelo Kupla in Johannesburg. Angelo, that meeting comes in the wake of calls for the ANC to recall President Zuma. Just how significant is the meeting? Should we expect any drastic outcome?
Well, Panina, the short answer there is probably not. We saw how the President and the ANC and the presiding officers of the National Assembly and the National Council of Provinces responded to that Constitutional Court ruling yesterday, in fact. Some would call this a partial apology from the President, and an acceptance of the partial apology by the ANC has also made it very clear that we can't expect very much. The National Assembly yesterday also didn't take responsibility for the way that MPs voted in the ruling party, all the various now discredited reports that were compiled by several ministers. So I don't expect anything major to come out of that extended meeting today. Panina?
Well, Parliament is set to debate Zuma's impeachment on Tuesday. What is the likely outcome of that debate? Would a successful impeachment motion enjoy public support?
Panina, look, if it's a public and open vote, then the ANC MPs are likely to vote the party line. They've made that very clear. If it appears that there's a move on and to accept that public apology, in fact, let me just restart again. If as Bantu Holomisa put it to us earlier or late last night, he's the leader of the UDM, he said if it's a secret ballot or a secret parliamentary vote, it's very likely that many of the MPs will vote slightly differently, so the outcome will be different. So that impeachment kind of depends on whether it's a public or a secret ballot that takes place. In terms of public reaction, well, generally what we've seen from social media and from callers into various radio stations since the Concord announcement was made last Thursday, and the reaction from the President and the ANC and also from the National Assembly yesterday, there appears to be disillusionment, disappointment, and in some sectors there's also anger. That mood's also reflected in the media headlines that we've seen since last Thursday's last Friday's half apology. So at the moment, it kind of depends on whether it's an open or secret ballot. Public reaction is going to be fairly condemnatory, but we do know that the opposition parties are talking about some kind of social disobedience campaign or some kind of public protest march if the impeachment kind of debate doesn't pan out the way many would expect it to pan out. Panina?
All right, Angela, thanks very much for those insights. Angela Kupla live in Johannesburg.